Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name's Taryn and this is my weight loss journey. So just a little bit of background if you haven't seen my first video. I am going to Puerto Vallarta in August to have surgery with Dr. Hidalgo. I'm going to be getting vertical sleeve gastrectomy and I'm so excited. But the process starts with making some goals. And so that's what I want to talk to you about today. And the first goal that I set was my goal weight. Probably the first thing that you're going to set as well. So for me, I wanted that goal weight to be really personal. I wanted to make sure that I was choosing a number that I was going to keep striving for. My main goal of this journey is health, so for me I selected the number where I switched from being overweight to a healthy BMI. 140 pounds, I'm 5'3". For you, it might be being the weight you were in high school, or it might just simply being into the 100s, or it might be much lower into your healthy BMI. There are so many choices, but set a goal that's personal for you. Something that you're going to want to strive for, that you're going to want to work for. Now after we've set that goal weight, for me, the next thing was acknowledging how I got here. I got this weight because I ate my way here. I didn't take a medication that caused it. I wasn't depressed. It wasn't because I gained weight with my children. Those things all impacted my weight gain, absolutely. However, I made the choices that got me here. I made the choice to choose unhealthy foods and to eat in gluttonous proportions. And if I don't acknowledge that, I'm just simply doomed to keep repeating it. And then the next thing to look at is, how did it start? Where did your weight gain start for you? For me, it started in high school. I think mostly when I got my driver's license, fast food was a way to take control of my part of my life. And I was never able to just eat one taco or have a hamburger. I always felt like I needed to go to gluttonous amounts. And so for me, I'm having to make the decision to let go of fast food completely. I'm going to be keeping protein shakes in my car. That way, if I'm on the way to a birth and I'm running late, don't have time to make a healthy food choice, I have a backup there that isn't swinging by the McDonald's drive-thru and getting 12 McChickens. So now we know where we came from. Why are we choosing to make this choice now? Assuming you've been heavy for a while, you've probably tried to lose weight a dozen different ways. Why are you choosing weight loss surgery right now? For me, it's my kids. My youngest is 11 months old. She's running around any day now. And I want to make sure that I'm able to keep up with her. I mean, the absolute horror that it would be if I was holding her hand in a parking lot and she got away from me and I couldn't catch up with her. And so for me, the number one reason is making sure that I'm able to be healthy for my kids. But for you, it could be a totally different reason. Is it a heart attack scare? Were you diagnosed with prediabetes or diabetes? Do you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol? You just want to get off the medications. There's so many different reasons that people make this choice, but write yours down. Write it down thoroughly. Really look at it, because this is going to be something that you can look back on the days when it's hard, on the days when you want to give up. So now we've looked at why we're making this choice. How are we going to get there? There are lots of choices on how you're going to make this goal. Yes, right away with bariatric surgery, we all pretty much follow the same steps. The liquid diet, the pureed foods, the soft foods, then finally introducing some real foods. But once you're able to eat real foods, you have to be able to make the choice to eat the right real foods, to get the nutrition that you need, to be eating foods that are going to help you accomplish that goal. And so it's really important that we start that now, before we even have surgery. Now, for my family, the easiest way for us to do that is to simply keep processed foods out of the house. To focus on the lean meats, the vegetables, the fruits. Really keep the things around us that are going to keep us healthy. Now, like every family, my husband, my kids are going to occasionally want foods that I can't eat. And for those times, I make sure that I pre-portion out a few dinners and my lunches so that I have those healthy options ready to grab, so we're not making two dinners at the same time. That's just not realistic, and nobody wants to have to be cooking 2 dinners at once. And so that's how we're going to get there diet-wise, but fitness is such another important role, especially after bariatric surgery. We need to make sure we're keeping as much lean muscle mass as we can. And so for me right now, it is summer in North Carolina. It is hot as can be. The coronavirus is going on, so gyms are closed. How am I going to get exercise? I've made the decision and have stuck with it for the last week of getting up every morning at 6 a.m. before it's too hot out. I go with my daughter and my mom, and we go on a walk. Most of the days we've done just one walk, although a few days we have been able to sneak in an evening walk if it hasn't been too hot. But I am going to continue walking at least once a day, period. I'm not going to try to do that. I am going to do that. It is something within my power. I'm going to will it into existence. And I think we need to talk about language. Language is important. I can't try to work out. If I try to work out, I'm never going to actually do it. There'll always be an excuse. I have 4 kids, a husband, a mom, a grandma with dementia. There's always an excuse, but I have to do this for myself. So I will do this. Make sure that you are willing those things into existence. Write them down. Be intentional. Now, also, I will need some strength training. With gyms closed, that's a daunting task. I am lucky enough, my husband does have some weights, so hopefully until gyms open back up, he can kind of be my intermediary. The last thing that I do want to talk about is those non-scale victories, though. I think it's so important to take the time, write down a list of the things that you're looking forward to as you lose weight. For me, it's things like being able to ride on a roller coaster with my kids, taking them to Disneyland and not being exhausted walking around all day. It's being able to take them to a water park and go down the slides with them. It's being able to go on a hike, take them rock climbing, all of the things I did when I was a kid. One of my biggest ones is water skiing. I used to love water skiing in high school, but I haven't been in 15 years. And so really look at the things that you are looking forward to. Write those down. Write them in your journal. Check them off as you get to do them. I know a lot of mine were activities, but it's also things like being able to buckle your seatbelt if you can't do that right now. Being able to use a seatbelt on an airplane without needing an extender. Being able to wrap a towel around yourself. There are so many things. So what are your non-scale victories? Go ahead and drop them in the comments below. I'd love to see what they are. Make your list and then make those choices to make those things happen. You'll be so excited to be checking those off as the months roll on and the pounds roll off. All right, that's all I have for you today, but I do want to thank you so much for giving me your time. Please follow me on Instagram at Taryn's Losing It, and give that like and subscribe if you'd like to see more of these videos. Thank you.